Yard, it is greener where you water it. So every one of us as an individual is a master. And the thing is like I shared with you the 12 responsibilities of mastery, which really relates to what the fundamental idea of, doing the will of God, being the good Christian, basically it is, if we are God, we want to look at all things like we're connected to that. We are not separate from each other. What we don't like is that we look at someone that we're having problems with, or someone who's triggered us in some way, and dadgummit, I don't want to heal that, thank you very much. I want to be here and be miserable. Because it just makes my day. And the thing is that it doesn't make your day. Here we are, we were talking about my aunt last night. My aunt is the last living, one of the, well, besides my Uncle Tom, who is, 20 years younger than my aunt, but all of the 4 original, which my dad was number 3 in his siblings, she's the last surviving member. And my cousin Rebecca was telling me last night, my aunt has always been weird. She's very sweet, but there's something very shallow about that. And her house is immaculate. I mean, everything is immaculate. You could eat off the dirt on her yard. And I always thought, she's really cool, sort of, but she's really, And she said that was because the dysfunction was so intense that she felt that if she did everything perfectly, somehow things would be all right. Well, my cousin, Rebecca's sister, is unraveling at the seams. And she's over at my aunt's every day crying. And it occurred to me that that's how spirit works. That my aunt has so much grief inside of her that maybe her daughter is falling apart to help her access her own feelings, because she is cemented shut. And I just had so much compassion, because spirit is that sign, this is the way out, is always, always beckoning to us. In our advertising, in our movies, when we talk with each other, when you go to your hairdresser. And those messages just travel through us, just as sweet as a new spring rain that travels down the road and into the stream and all the way to the ocean. Those answers, those feelings of, you don't have to stay here if you don't want to. You can feel better. And you know that I have an Abraham group that we meet once a month, and that is the project. What can you do to feel better? Whatever the situation is, you can find a way to make yourself feel better. Because really, because we're masters, anything that's going on in our lives, we shift, we allow the universe to supply the results for us that we're looking for is a split second away. And we all have miracles. Every single one of us has a miracle in our mind, at least one, if not thousands, of things that have happened that knock us out because it happened so fast. I had a friend years ago, and I've told this story, but it's so fantastic. She had $5 in her bank account, and she was in AA, and she called her sponsor, and she said, I have $5 in my checking account, and I'm so afraid. And her sponsor said, go give it away to somebody who needs it worse than you do. And she did. She thought, my sponsor's out of her mind. But she went down there and she did it. She found somebody homeless. She gave them the $5. When she got home, there was a check for $600 in her mailbox. There are so many solutions to our problems, but we like to think small. It reminds me of the Native American perspective, that the animal for the South is the mouse. And so the mouse is very close to the ground, and he can only see in his little tiny world. But we need to be the eagle, and we need to think, the universe is bigger than me, and I am connected to that. And the opportunities for a solution to my problem are infinite. I can't even wrap my brain around how big that is. But will I allow it? That is what's important. Will you allow it? It is so simple. But we need to realize that we are love. We need to realize we are masters in our life. And you're looking at what you're creating. If you don't like it, it's real simple, people. Feel better? Think again. But the thing is, the buts, is that we have a tendency to get caught up in this house of mirrors. We get caught up in that this mirror standing in front of me is the truth. It is not. It is not. And if you can find a way to feel better, you can count your blessings in that moment. And there are always blessings that we can find. Whether someone buys you a cup of coffee, someone strokes your back, someone tells you what a sweet child you were on the phone that's unexpected, that is prosperity. That is God making motion in your life to remind you of how special you are and how loved we all are. We must live from the soul, not the head. We must move out of the house of mirrors and say, you know what, it looks really convincing, but I'm not buying it. Because I am that which is a part of the universe. And God loves me absolutely, and I have everything I could possibly want if I will just say, I'm worth it. Can we hear that?
I'm worth it.
Right on. So Jolie's story, and this is continuing with this idea. Jolie is a client of mine, and she comes here once in a while. And she said that there was a man, she said that there was a nurse who had gotten involved in drugs and lost her license. And she had done everything right. The board was reevaluating her disciplinary action and her getting, clean and sober. And after 4 years of this stuff, they were going to permit her to have her license back. And they said, we're going to wipe the slate clean. And we have to tell you what a profound experience this is going to be for you. And he said, but don't get complacent. Don't allow yourself to start having what they call in the program stinking thinking, and allow yourself to slip back into what has happened before. And he said, but I'm not going to tell you this because you may not remember it, but I'm going to share a little story with you that may help you remember. And there was a man once upon a time who went to this meditation class, and he was sitting there and he kept falling asleep. And the master said, he told the master, he said, I just can't stay awake during my meditation. And the master said, come with me. So they go out to the edge of a cliff, and he says, I want you to sit right here on the edge, and I want you to meditate.
No.
And he says, yeah, but what if I fall asleep? And he goes, then you fall asleep. But there won't be anyone here to catch you. So one of the things that we're doing in our little Abraham group is we're trying to help support each other into staying diligent about not allowing for us to slip into the negative thinking that takes us down that wrong path. We want to stay to feel good even when negative things appear. We have to just say it's temporary because we learn through contrast, don't we? And isn't that a fabulous thing? We're all wounded heroes, I'm realizing this morning. We're all wounded heroes. And it is because of our wounding that when we get to the top of that mountain, it is such a profound joy. And I think that that's what the universe wants us to contribute. It's like when we have a success, we throw that pebble into the pond and it ripples out. And everyone loves a good success story, don't we? So that's my message today. You have that exit sign anytime you want. You can stop the illusion that we live. Stop looking outside of yourself for answers because the master is within you. You are it and it is you. And we just don't get to leave the fishbowl. So you have those options. You can choose again. And you are the master of your own universe. And don't take my word for it. Do it and find out for yourself. Thank you.